Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here. So glad you could stop by our little sliver of the internet and hear us talk about an interesting horror film from Argentina. And it's called The Funeral Home. Now, The Funeral Home was directed by Mauro Ivan Ojeda, and they get the story of Bernardo, Estela, and Irina, who live in a home that is on the same grounds as a funeral home run by Bernardo. Well, as you can imagine, there's some spirits that also inhabit the grounds and visit them and live in their home with the folks. And, well, usually they aren't too bad as long as you follow some certain rules that Bernardo has set up to appease the spirits and so that they can live a somewhat peaceful life. Well, we see how Irina really wants to leave the home and go live with her grandmother because the spirit presence has escalated and there's an evil force that seems to be growing in the house. And we soon see how things come together, how there's some dark family secrets that are revealed that are related to this growing demonic presence within their home. The Funeral Home was a lot of fun, folks. Now, this isn't an action-packed horror film, okay? I'm going to put it out there now. It's an evenly paced, atmospheric horror film that builds and builds the tension, and just more and more odd things start happening, more creepy things start happening as they build to a very interesting climax in this film. And I loved it. I loved the build-up and the atmosphere that they put you in. They do not waste time, at least, establishing that there are spirits that do exist in this area, in this home, that are bugging the family. Now, Irina is played by Camilla Vaccarina, and I loved her performance in here as this young woman who doesn't want to live here with these spirits. As you can imagine, there's something just not right about it, and she's not exactly happy with her stepdad either, Bernardo, who runs the funeral home, and she just wants to leave, but her mom really wants her to stay and be with her and try to take care of her. But Irina is dealing with her own inner demons and her own struggles that she's having, not only with her relationship with Bernardo, but also dealing with her past with a husband who was just a scumbag, really. And so we see her struggling, trying to keep her daughter, as well as stay with Bernardo and live in this house that is haunted. And then there's Bernardo, who is played by Luis Machine. And man, this guy, he really puts in this performance as this tormented individual who has his own relationship with spirits, and he's a guy you're not going to quite like through this, but you're not really supposed to. You're really supposed to be kind of attached and sympathetic to Irina and Estela especially, and they do establish that well, thanks to the performances of Camilla Vaccarina, as I mentioned, as Irina, and Estela, played by Celesta Garez. And now, as far as the spirits and stuff go, they do some great old school stuff with creaky doors and mattresses. It looks like someone's sitting in there, a transparent person, and we do get some physical manifestations as things go along, but thanks to the sound design and the set that they have here really add to that creepy atmosphere, that evenly paced horror film that really wants to get under your skin. There's a great gimmick that they do in here with these three caskets that keep showing up, and which adds to that creep factor. And when things do really get demonic and we see more of the spirits, there's one design in particular I loved how they handled it. Again, not action-packed. If you're looking for an action-packed horror or jump scare every moment, you're going to be disappointed. But if you like your atmospheric horror, supernatural type of film that comes to a very interesting conclusion, and you don't mind subtitles, I highly recommend The Funeral Home. I enjoyed this film quite a bit. There isn't a huge amount of gore in here, but things do get gory eventually, yeah. But it's not excessive throughout. They kind of save things towards the end, so there is some gore in there. Now I'm thinking about it, but I love the story, how the dark secrets are revealed, and just it's a fun film, and I love watching foreign horror films and see their different takes on common horror themes, and The Funeral Home is definitely one of those that I think if you're a supernatural horror fan, you're going to want to check out. So there you have it, folks. Thank you so much, as always, to listen to me talk about films. 15 years on YouTube, going strong, and it's because of your support that we are still around. Please check out our Patreon if you feel so inclined. And thank you once again, and until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.